Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Sunday. Big NFL slate today, guys. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. And also, guys, if you didn't see my videos, just launched a premium private Discord. Finally got it up and ready. So go ahead and hop in there. Sign up in the link below. It is a paid service, but I'd love to have you guys be a part of there. It's very fair. And it'll be a good way for you guys to see all my plays that I'm posting that I've usually been giving out for free. Going to start giving them out on there, and I'll start doing some live streams on there as well for you guys. So go ahead and hop in there. Good way to connect with me. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Big slate today. Starting with the Arizona Cardinals versus the Houston Texans. Texans opening up as a 6-point home favorite with the over-under at 48.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 2-8. The Texans 5-4. Head-to-head, Arizona's 3-2 in the last 5 head-to-head meetings. As far as injuries go, I mean nothing crazy here. I mean Houston is missing missing Dameon Pierce and Noah Brown, who's been going off at receiver for them. Arizona finally getting a win. Kyler Murray returned last week. They beat Atlanta 25-23. Kyler looked pretty good in his debut. Houston, I mean, they're hot right now. Back-to-back wins, coming off a big Cincinnati win. 3-1 in their last 4. Offense, back-to-back 30-plus games. I mean, they're playing hot right now. Arizona, 0-8 on the road. 2-5 covering the spread. I love Houston in this spot. Arizona looked pretty good last week. They're still the Arizona. I know they could definitely get a push with Kyler Murray, but Houston's hot. CJ Stroud playing like an MVP kind of quarterback right now. Love where this team's headed. I think I'm going to take Houston -6 in money line at home here. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions. Detroit opening up as a 7.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 48. Chicago coming into this matchup 3-7. The Lions 7-2. Head-to-head, Chicago 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any crazy injuries in this matchup. Chicago coming off a 16-13 win against Carolina. Detroit, they are 6-1 in their last 7. I mean, they're playing great, coming off a big Chargers win. Chicago, they're 1-4 covering against Detroit here. 1-8 on the road. I love Detroit at home here. They're 8-1 covering at home where they've been hot. And I think they're going to be all right against Chicago here. I'm going to buy the point just because I don't like that line. Give me Detroit -6.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Carolina Panthers. Dallas opening up as a 10.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 42.5. Dallas coming into this matchup 6-3. Carolina 1-8. Head-to-head, Dallas 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Dallas coming off a Giants win 49-17. They're 3-1 in their last 4 right now. Carolina, only the 2 wins, 2-8 in their last 10. Back-to-back losses coming off of Chicago and Indiana loss. Back-to-back 13-point performances from Carolina. The offense not looking too great. Dallas 10-3 against Carolina. 4-1 on the road against Carolina here. I just think it's going to be tough for Carolina to really do much here. Dallas is just playing great offensively and defensively. Yeah, give me Dallas -10.5 and throw them in your money line parlays on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Green Bay Packers. Chargers opening up as a 3-point road favorite with the over-under at 244. Chargers coming into this matchup 4-5. The Packers 3-6. Head-to-head, Packers 6-1 in the last 7 head-to-head meetings. But I will say most of that was definitely due to Aaron Rodgers being there for sure. Don't see any major injuries here today. No Gerald Everett for the Chargers, but I think they'll be fine. Chargers coming off a tough Detroit loss Packers. They are 1-5 in their last 6, coming off a tough Pittsburgh loss. Yeah, offensively, the Packers have been a mess here. All of their losses, I mean, they haven't scored more than 20 points in their last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Their last 7 games, they haven't scored more than 20. Chargers put up points. If there's one thing the Chargers do, they put up points. And I think it's going to be tough for the Packers here. There's a very good Chargers offense coming off a very hard-fought loss against Detroit. I'm going to buy a half a point. Give me the Chargers -2.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins opening up as a 13.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 46. Raiders coming into this matchup 5-5. The Dolphins 6-3. Head-to-head, Miami 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any crazy injuries here. Miami missing a couple linemen. They are getting Devon Achane back at running back, who was electric last month, so that'll be a good addition. Vegas on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a nice Jets win. Miami coming off a tough Kansas City loss, but they're coming off their bye week, so they've had plenty of time to rest here. They've had it feels like they've had like 2+ weeks of rest because they had that game early on. And yeah, Vegas 1-6 covering on the road. They're 2-7 against Miami here. I think that's a good spot for Miami. I know the Raiders have looked, they've played well the last 2 games here. Miami offensively getting all their weapons back, coming back to full strength. Defense is looking pretty good. Yeah, I just don't know if the Raiders are going to be able to keep up offensively. Give me Dolphins -13.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we've got the New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders. Washington opening up as a 9-point home favorite with the over-under at 38. Giants coming into this matchup 2-8. Washington 4-6. Head-to-head, the Giants are 7-2-1 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Yeah, Giants missing some defensive players. I mean, the injury list is crazy for the Giants here. On a 3-game losing streak, coming off a 49-17 loss against Dallas. Washington coming off a tough Seattle loss, 29-26. And this Giants offense is just horrible. I mean, it really is. DeVito just really can't do much of anything, honestly. We'll see if that changes. If you look at the numbers, though, they've been good against Washington, but that's just those stats don't matter because those stats weren't with like a 3rd-string quarterback. So I don't know. I think that all goes out the window here. I just don't see them winning on the road with the current roster they have assembled. And this team barely. I mean, yeah, they're not going to win scoring 17 points. They're just not, and their defense stinks. Give me Washington -9 and money line at home. All right, next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Browns opening up as a 1.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 33. Steelers coming into this matchup 6-3. The Browns also 6-3. I'm seeing it listed as 1.5 or 2.5. So whatever line you can find out there. Head-to-head, Pitt 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Yeah, the big news, no Deshaun Watson. He's done for the season. So it looks like Dorian Thompson-Robinson getting his start. We're going to see how well he plays. He's a dual threat quarterback. We're going to see what he looks like. Pitt playing better football now. 4-1 in their last 5. Coming off a nice Green Bay win. Not a great offense. I mean, they're hanging around 20 points a game, so they're not putting up crazy numbers. Cleveland on a 2-game winning streak, though. I mean, they're coming off a Baltimore win on a 2-game winning streak. 4-1 in their last 5. Both teams playing very similar. Pitt 6-1 covering on the road. They're 4-1 covering against Cleveland. 4-1 straight up against Cleveland here. Going to be a tough matchup. I feel like I gotta take. Yeah, if Pitt's +2.5, which I think that's the line I am seeing shopped around a bunch, I'm gonna buy a point. Give me Steelers +3.5 on the road, which is still pretty cheap. I think this game just smells field goal game. All game-winning field goal all over it to me. Give me Steelers plus 3.5. Next matchup, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars opening up as a 6.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 39.5. Titans coming into this matchup 3-6. The Jaguars 6-3. Head-to-head Tennessee 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. They've been very good against Jacksonville. Don't see no Treylon Burks for Tennessee here. No major injuries for Jacksonville. Tennessee on a 2-game losing streak. Offensively, they've looked very bad the last 2 weeks. Jacksonville coming off the worst loss of the ever, 34-3 against the Niners here. I think that's a great bounce back spot for Jacksonville. It was just a tough game. San Francisco showed why they're great, and they dominated last week, and it showed. And the numbers are going to be in favor of Tennessee. They're 9-3 against Jacksonville. I think Jaguars offense is going to rebound big time this game here. I don't know if the Titans are going to be able to keep up offensively. They just haven't played that well. I know Derrick Henry's had some pretty monster games against the Jags. I just see this as a big bounce back game for the Jaguars. And the Titans offense, Will Levis, after that, hasn't looked good the last 2 games here. So give me Jags minus 6.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus San Francisco 49ers. 49ers opening up as a 13-point home favorite with the over-under at 41. The Bucs coming into this matchup 4-5. The Niners 6-3. Head-to-head, San Francisco 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries here to report. Tampa Bay coming off a big Tennessee win, ending their 4-game losing streak. Niners ending their 3-game winning streak, coming off a big Jaguars win to get them back, getting them back on track here and playing well. Tampa Bay 2-10 on the road against the Niners. I think it's going to be tough for Tampa Bay to win in San Francisco. They're 3-6 covering against San Francisco. San Francisco 11-1 at home, 10-2 at home against Tampa Bay here. Yeah, I think they're coming off a big momentum game against the Jags last week. It's a bigger spread here. I think they have a good game. Give me the Niners minus 13 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. Bills opening up as a 7-point home favorite with the over-under at 39. Jets coming into this matchup 4-5. The Bills 5-5. Head-to-head, Buffalo 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. The Jets on a 2-game losing streak. I mean, offensively, they've looked so bad these last 3 games. But remember, they have the head-to-head win over Buffalo in the start of the season, 22-16. Then Buffalo on a 2-game losing streak, 1-3 in their last 4, coming off a heartbreaking Denver loss. The Jets, they're 4-2 covering against Buffalo. I mean, what to make of this Buffalo team? Can we trust them? They fired their offensive coordinator. The defense is horrible. I mean, they can't stop nobody on defense. And, man, I just don't know. As bad as the Jets have been, this just smells like a low-scoring, under kind of game. I think I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to buy a 0.5 point. I'm going to take Jets plus 7.5 on the road. I'm not in love with it. They beat the Bills on the road, but right now the Bills just can't be trusted for your parlays. Josh Allen's been throwing so many picks. And their offense does not look like the Bills we've come to see. Until it happens, I just can't put my money on it. Give me Jets plus 7.5. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. Rams opening up as a 1.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 46. Seattle coming into this matchup 6-3. The Rams 3-6. Head-to-head, the Rams are 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. I don't see any major injuries. Look like Matthew Stafford is going to be back. So the offense should look a little better with Stafford there. Seattle coming off a big Washington win. Rams on a 3-game losing streak. Rough stretch for them. They've been without Stafford. They beat the Rams in their opener 30-13. That was a big upset, but Seattle's gotten played way better so far since that loss. They've struggled against the Rams. If you look at the numbers, it's not pretty. They're 2-9 covering on the road against the Rams here. So yeah, it hasn't been pretty for Seattle head-to-head here. Rams are 9-2 covering at home against Seattle. You know, the numbers are going to make you take the Rams here. I like the Seahawks as an underdog on the road. They're playing much better. This is a much different team than they met up against, I think, in week 1, week 2. Yeah, much better team. They're playing better. And the Rams 1-4 in their last 5. Yeah, give me Seattle plus 1.5 on the road. Next, and then the last matchup of the night, we got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Denver Broncos. Denver opening up as a 2.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 41. Minnesota coming into this matchup 6-4. Denver 4-5. Head-to-head, Denver 4-3 in the last 7 head-to-head meetings. Minnesota, man, they're on a 5-game winning streak. Don't sleep on Minnesota here. Josh Jacobs is playing very good football. Denver on a 3-game winning streak, coming off Buffalo and Kansas City win. So, I mean, Denver's pretty hot right now, too. This might be, on paper, it doesn't look like a great matchup. I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup tonight for Sunday Night Football. Denver 4-2 at home against Minnesota. Tough game here, but people have been counting Minnesota out when Kirk got hurt. And offensively, they have not skipped. I mean, they have not lost any momentum. Honestly, they're playing a little bit better. And I'm going to buy a point. Give me Minnesota plus 3.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.